Hello, my honeys. This is Kamara with the Black Dove Oracle. I am the Black Dove Oracle. Welcome back, my honeys. I really do. If you, welcome back. So, if you are a returning subscriber here, welcome back. I really appreciate your support. I appreciate all of my old friends showing up to my live yesterday. It was really cool. So, thank you all for continuing to still support my channel as I grow it, as I return. I had to take a break. If you're new here, my name is Kamara. I'm a psychic medium and I channel spirit, my ancestors, my guides, all who sit at the feet of spirit. So know that these messages are received with care and delivered with care. So welcome. Couple of housekeeping things. If you want to know the timestamps of this pick a card reading, which will be scary reasons why people are haunted by you. We're trying to keep up with our Halloween theme here. So the timestamps will be in the comment section, not the description box, but the comment section. And any information that you need in regards to working with me, like getting a personal reading, would be only on my website. So I won't approach you in the comments. I will not approach you on any other platform saying I want to give you a reading. That is not how I work. So if you do want a reading from me, you could check out my website, which let me put that down for a few minutes. This is my website. So if you would like a reading, I have descriptions of all of my readings as well as the price points. And if there's something I'm not offering that you really would like, you can feel free to email me, and my email is on that website. Okay. All right, my honeys. So why don't we get into this reading? The topic is scary reasons. Scary reasons why people are haunted by you. Okay, so we're going to open up with our prayer and then we are going to go from there. So let's get into our prayer. Do we have our little Palo Santo? Yes, we do. So let's light up some Palo Santo and clear the energies for our reading. Sorry, I forgot I had this little heater on. Let me turn it off if it's creating background noise. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's do a little Palo Santo to clear the air. Then we'll say a prayer. And then we'll get into your pick a card choices. And the timestamps again for those choices will be in the comments. So, my honeys, let's clear the energies. Beloved Mother of Waters, ancestors of light, I open this space in truth, clarity, and love. May only that which serves healing and alignment speak through me. Let my words be guided by wisdom, my sight by spirit, and my heart remained rooted in peace. All messages flow through grace and return to grace. All of those who are seeking the wisdom of the Black Dove Oracle are protected. Their goals, their intentions are protected if they sit at the feet of the one God, Goddess Mother. Thank you so much. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Okay. So, my honeys, let's get to your group picks. No, these are collective messages, my honeys. So if they don't resonate with you, please feel free to move on to another reading. I have plenty on my channel, or you may want to pick a different reader altogether. But thank you for visiting. So group number one will be the Ace of Pentacles. I hope you could see it with this light. That's group number one, Ace of Pentacles, which I'm calling the Alchemist. Group number two will be the Magician. Group number two will be the Magician. And group number three will be the High Priestess. The High Priestess for group number three. So again, my honeys, please take a moment to like focus and kind of, you know, connect and align with one of these groups, two of these groups, or all three of them. Okay? You are welcome to listen to them all. And if any of them resonate with you, before you leave, can you please give a thumbs up? If you like the way that I read and you want to stay connected, then please subscribe to my channel. I welcome you, and I welcome your energy, the energy that's good. Okay, so my honeys, let's move into group number 1. So I'm going to put up a little ticker tape for group number 1. And I call this group the Alchemists. When we were putting together me and Spirit putting together this reading, Spirit said group number 1 is the Alchemist. And I had several, because there's not really an Alchemist card in the deck that I was using for the piles. And Spirit said it might be one of these. So I had about 4 cards, and I thought it would be the Ace of Pentacles. And Spirit did confirm that when I kind of shuffled them a little bit. So group number 1, let's start with you. Okay, group number 1, welcome. So why what are the scariest reasons why people are haunted by you? I think this topic came up, one, because it's Halloween season, not quite Halloween yet, but it's Halloween season when this is being filmed. But if you're watching that at any other time, it is still a timeless reading. So why are people haunted by you? I think it is because Spirit said originally, you are the alchemist. You have this ability to not only manifest things, but you have the ability to transmute things, group number 1, in your life that feel like they need changing. Anything people have observed in you, that when you encounter an obstacle, instead of complaining about it, instead of giving up, you change the game. It's like Spirit is showing me, and I don't know why I'm seeing this image. Spirit is showing me like a quarterback or football player. I don't know why. Maybe some of you in group number 1 are really into football. I'm not. So I'm surprised this is coming up as a sample of an example. But what Spirit is showing me is like, like when what is that move? I'm going to totally forget it because I'm not really into football, but I used to watch it when I was a kid because everybody in my family did. Is that an interception? Like when everybody thinks that the ball is getting ready, like they're getting ready to throw it in the direction of where all the players have run down to, but then all of a sudden another player comes through and intercepts the ball and takes it in the opposite direction. I don't know why, but Spirit is saying, group number 1, that you're that kind of person, that if you need to disrupt the game, you're going to disrupt it. If you need to take your goals and switch them around, you're going to do it. You're not afraid of change in group number 1, which makes you a very powerful alchemist. Let me see. I forgot to put my little overlay on. Hold on. Sorry, you all. I'm kind of like getting used to my new streaming software. So, because I want you to see the image for group number 1. It's just like a little card where there's a hand and there's this gold coin. And it's I would say the Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles came up because I believe your powers have been demonstrated publicly in more of a financial sense. People sense that you just have a certain gift when it comes to making money, making money stretch, making money kind of, that old saying in hip hop, making $1 out of 15 cents. You have that ability. People will, even if you encounter some kind of stall in your finances, what spirit is saying and what people notice, and they're truly haunted by this because they have never seen you down, not truly. They've never seen you, how do I want to say, give up because the odds were too much against you. You're truly a person, while they feel haunted by, I'm going to talk about the haunted part, but right now I'm tapping into many people are inspired by you, group number one, because you don't give up. You're someone who's very tenacious. What they're haunted by at the same time, because that is the title of this reading, they're haunted by the times they did not believe in you. For some of you, this is earlier parts of your life, not the current part of your life, but in a previous time in your life. I think when you were still getting a foothold on what you're learning, where you want to be. You could have been in your 20s if there's an age attached to this, but you just could have been in the newness of your gifts. And these people who were around you, I think they thought you weren't going anywhere. They may have even been some people who told you you're just not successful enough, or you're not goal oriented enough to be here. You may have heard that from different, interview situations or a job situation. You may have even heard this from people who were dating you, like somehow you weren't ambitious enough for them. Uh, or somehow they felt it wasn't up to their level, the kind of jobs you had, or even the education level you had. There's something like this. So, group number one, let's get into it a little bit more and pull some cards. You're highly skilled as an alchemist. You can transmute most things. Most situations, people come to you if there's a difficult situation, if there's something that has to be resolved. Spirit is saying most people come to you for advice. You may be a coach, or maybe you are some kind of counselor, or really a leader of any kind, because you are a person that really goes after growth. I think the people that are haunted by you, group number one, have never seen your potential. And this is what spirit is showing, is that your potential has always been hidden from people who were not going to utilize your energy in the right way, meaning spirit has protected you, group number one. For many people who, they said that they may have wanted to be in a relationship with you, but I think the relationship they truly wanted with you was that of your power, that of your gift. This isn't necessarily a negative card, but spirit is showing that your gifts are highly desired when it comes to people who want to partner with you. And so spirit has said here that oftentimes you are being protected. And I think at some points in your life, group number one, you had to really kind of be with the disappointment of another failed relationship, of another person coming forward in an authentic way. So, yeah, spirit is saying here that there are many people who are haunted because they had this opportunity with you. And it's kind of interesting because they saw the kind of person you were. They saw that you had a purity of heart. They saw that you were really concerned and generous. And those are the things they wanted to get from you, but they really didn't see in the broader sense, this is a totality of who you are. This is absolutely your identity, that of an earth angel. So, there are many people who are haunted by the memories of you, the way you loved them, the way you took care of them, the way that you were generous to them, the way you looked out for them. They haven't found that again, group number one. And they realized um, they're haunted by the whole idea, because if they cross watched this group number one, they would say, for sure you are an alchemist, because when you came into their life, you helped them change some very key things. Maybe career trajectory. Maybe you taught them about finances and money, because really you are this Ace of Pentacles. So you may have told them how to turn their life around. You may have showed them. You may have demonstrated that, group number one. And these are people who I think, for the most part, um, they've just never really figured out why they they never believed in you. I think for some people, they had to come face to face with the fact that maybe you didn't come in the package they were looking for at that time. Some of you, while you were with some of these people, whether it's friends or a lover, you were constantly being compared to other people. You were, for some of you, Spirit is saying people were commenting on your weight. I mean, come on. And, there was a lot of efforts to make you insecure, even though you were the kindest person, even though you were the most generous. Spirit keeps showing me your heart. And so there's something here about you having to really commit to yourself. You had to really commit to planting new seeds in new ground for yourself, because ultimately you realize that the places where you were trying to grow had no fertility for you. That's interesting. Spirit is saying the places where you wanted to plant your seeds, they weren't, what's the word I'm looking for? They didn't have nutrients. That's not the word I'm looking for, but they weren't, it wasn't nutritional. The soil didn't have all the ingredients it needed for your seeds to grow. But back to this haunted feeling. Why are they haunted? Because your creative energy, your ability to make something out of nothing, this engineer energy, your mind, it's so vast. You're so intelligent. I don't really think, group number one, many people have met someone with the IQ that you have. I'm saying it like, I don't even know if you've ever went and got a test for an IQ, but you have a high IQ. You think at a very high level. And, I was just speaking to someone the other day about how when you have a very high intelligence, it is immediately intimidating to folks, especially those who don't understand you. Isn't that a trip? So many people, they're haunted by your skill, your intellect, the way that you can logically solve problems and issues. And at the same time, because here it is, at the same time, be so pure of heart. At the same time, doing things with no expectation in return. Because here it is, I think if the skill level that you're at, you could demand a very high fee. This is what Spirit is showing me. You can demand a very high fee, group number one, but there are times where if you take a situation and you're like, I think don't worry about me. I just want you to benefit from this knowledge I have. And for many people, they've been very grateful. But of course, the people who are haunted are the ones who took that kindness for granted. Those who, when you were helping them out, kept saying how it wasn't enough, that they needed more. So for some of you, the people who are haunted by you are the ones that took advantage of you, are the ones that just didn't have a sense of the value that you were bringing. Instead, they chose to orphan you, make it seem like you didn't belong, make it seem like you were odd or weird, or maybe you didn't have the knowledge that you said you had. There were some people who really took up a hateful stance with you, group number one, because of your abilities, because of the way that you move in the world. So, group number one, this is what I have for you. This is why they are scared. they're scared and haunted by their memories of you, group number one, because you truly are this alchemist, an alchemist with a pure heart that was so generous, so kind. They didn't even have to prove themselves to you, and they turned you down and they turned you away. So they're truly haunted by that, maybe for the rest of their life, because I don't think they will get another chance with you, group number one. So, my honeys, if you resonated with this reading, please consider giving it a thumbs up. It really does help me to grow this channel. And if you resonated with this reading as the alchemist, put a magic wand in the comments. And if you leave a comment, I do reply back to my comments. Otherwise, if you want to stay connected, please consider subscribing. I will see you all again in another reading, my honeys. I'm going to go to group number two. Take care. Hello, group number two. This is Kamara, the Black Dove Oracle. Welcome to your reading on the scary reason why people are haunted by you, because it's pretty scary. Why they just can't seem to stop thinking about you. I don't know why. That came up as uniquely for you, group number two. You have some people who cannot stop thinking about you. The magic of who you are. Some of you, you've got this magician card, right? Where's my magician card? Did I put it back? Hold on. Oh, there it is. I was like, what happened to my magician card? Yeah. It's interesting when magician is connected with you, group number two, it feels like you're a big magician. You're a big star. You have a big personality. Like it wouldn't surprise me if the star came out or the sun came out in your reading, group number two. But let's get to clear the energies before we go any further. Okay, group number two. The energies are healed with some sound, but I'm also going to clear the energies with some smoke. It's just advisable so we don't get repeats from group number one. Okay, my honeys. So, group number two, continuing on. You, not to take this as a negative, but you are known as a master of illusion. That's what I was thinking. Like, when I heard magician, I got this image of a very famous magician that I haven't heard about in a while, but David Copperfield. I don't know. Maybe some of you in group number 2, this is like a person that maybe you've liked watching their shows. I don't know why that name's coming up. So, for some of you, maybe people have referenced that you're kind of like this magician because there's something about your inner workings that people don't see, group number 2. And you create with a lot of different kinds of energy, and I'm hearing even chaos energy. So there's something about the way that you manifest. It's not ordinary. It is not ordinary at all. You're like a master of all of the tools, the pentacle, the sword, the cup, the wand. You are masterful in this alchemy. You may have had a little bit of a choice to make between group 1 and group 2 because that alchemist could be a magician in many ways. So if you feel like there was a kind of a tug on which one to pick, you may want to listen to them both. You don't have to. But, going back to you, why are they haunted? I think they're haunted by you because they never got over on you. You always saw who they were, especially your foes, group number 2, especially your enemies. You have always seen who they are, and you've always been a step ahead. As a magician, I get this sense that you don't mind being on the outside. We have child orphan here. You don't mind learning to go it alone. I think for some of you, you have been alone since very early days of your life. You've learned how to manage that. Loneliness is not something you experience often because you don't mind being alone. And the loneliness, I don't think you fully tap into it because group number 2, I think you're that connected to your ancestors and guides, which really haunts people because they feel like there's a significant power in, through, and around you as this magician. But again, the word illusion is coming to mind. It's almost as if people can never be sure 100% who you are. and for some people, that haunts them because they're not quite sure how to regard you. You feel like a very creative person. I think when people see you, they wonder about what you're working on next. You're really regarded as someone who's able to dabble, but you're very good at it in a lot of things. You're that actor that sings and dances. You're that painter that's also a book illustrator or designs movie trails. Like you have your talents, you are talented, but your talents, they disperse very well. I have a feeling like some of you in this group have more than one job. I mean, you may have like a primary job, but you may have other ways in which you disseminate your talents. That's what Spirit is saying. Like you distribute your talents in more than just one job. What else, Spirit? Yeah, what else haunts people is that you have an eternal childlike character, energy. Like you're some of you in this pile, you look younger than you are. or you act younger than you are, not in an immature way, but you have a lot of energy. When people find out they're your same age or older, they're like, wow, where are you getting all this energy from? So you have a childlike nature. And Spirit is saying again, for many of you in this group, your childhood years were very formative. That doesn't mean they were without trauma or drama, but they were very formative in the way of you learned a lot of lessons from that time period, lessons that you still exercise today. And that's what really haunts people, because they sense inside of you someone who is quite magnetic, quite intelligent. But I don't think you walk in the world like that. Hence the illusion. I think when people meet you, they have like an immediate ID that they associate with you. Maybe this is because it could be anything, but Spirit is telling me it has to do with your looks. So if you are very tall, you're one of those people who are always getting that question, do you play basketball? Are you a model? Like you get those kind of questions. If you are a little bit more like you dress in a particular kind of way, maybe emo, a lot of black, a lot of this. There are people who assume that you don't fit in conservative environments, or, maybe you don't, but, that you don't, you can't relate to other people, and you do, like a lot of people like you. They admire, and some of them are actually haunted by the fact that you don't care what you have. Your style, you're not going to change it for a workplace, you're not going to change it for an event. I mean, if you have to dress up nicely, you're going to dress up nicely in something black. Okay, that's just an example. But there is something that people are noticing, that you are very self-assured. Group number 2, you manifest the life that you want to live in, meaning the work you want to do, the neighborhood you want to live in. People see that and they're haunted by the fact that it feels very intentional. You don't put yourself in environments where you're not going to be respected. You don't put yourself in environments where you're constantly, because people challenging you is not always a problem, but where you're constantly being challenged, where you're constantly being feared for some reason, you would bypass that environment. One more card, Spirit is saying here. Yeah, you are very much, group number 2, besides being this magical person, you're very much a teacher. You've got this wisdom and intelligence. And I think the lesson that many people learn from you is to walk in your authenticity, to be in this life exactly the way you want to be, and leave change up to yourself. So it's just very interesting that people, they may fear you. They may fear how you look. I don't know. Some of you might have a lot of piercings. I don't know. They may fear when they meet you. Some of you, it's just the color of your skin or the culture you're from. It's not even anything, how do I want to say, anything that feels like a theatrical change or anything. It's more like you are viewed as someone that people have not encountered very often. This is interesting. Some of you might live in a place where you're the only person, or one of 2 or 3, that look like you. And there's something about people just not knowing who you are, making a lot of assumptions about who you are. In fact, there are people who are haunted by the fact that they made assumptions about you, only to find out later you were the boss, you were the leader, you were the expert. Okay? So some people are very haunted by the way they treated you, because the way they treated you was bias, was prejudice. So, that's kind of interesting. Let's Find out why else they're haunted by you. Why else are they haunted by you, group number 2? I think you have many moments in life, group number 2, where you're just like, I'm just being who I am. I'm just being who I am. Like, why is that so offensive? Maybe you have a lot of tattoos. There's something in this group, you're very artsy. I just use that adjective to say, you have looks that, the more conservative people wouldn't even dive into. Yeah, for some of you, you're a fire sign. You might even like, what is that? Kind of like magic you do with fire? Pyro? Is it pyro something? I'm not getting it right now. But you may practice fire dance. You might be a fire dancer. You may want to learn that. You may work really well with fire. You might do a lot of candle magic. That's just off the top of my head. But you may go and do a lot of rituals with fire. If you're not a fire sign, you like that element. It really speaks to you. The power and the strength of the flame. What else are they haunted by when it comes to group number 2? And thank you all, my honeys, for being with me, okay? Yeah, the way that you can be, because fire reminds me of the phoenix, right? The way that you can just rebirth yourself. Some of you are water signs too. Maybe water and fire are kind of prominent in your natal chart, but there's this way that you can reinvent yourself that haunts them the most. You could disappear. You are someone who works in silence. You could disappear for like 6 months, and then when you come back, you look completely rested, rejuvenated. Maybe your hair's cut, maybe your hair's long, maybe you've grown a beard, maybe, depending if you can grow a beard, maybe, you look and feel different. And they're haunted by the new versions of you that are constantly coming, group number 2, because you are truly a magician. Some of you are very good at glamour magic, by the way. And you scare people who don't like change because you are the epitome of change. I mean, you and the alchemist could be, but you, in terms of your physical appearance, a lot of people notice that you can look different from month to month, week to week, day to day. They're also haunted by the way that you use elements to help you. This is that magical part of you. Some of you work very well with the element of water, meaning you can use it to scry, you can use it to do ritual, but you are very talented when it comes to the elements. Like I said, even fire. You utilize earth magic. So you may be considered like an earth witch or an earthling, earth angel, whatever you want to call yourself. You're someone who actually works with the elements of the earth. So one more card here. Spirit is saying, what else are they haunted by, Spirit? What else are they haunted by? I mean, really, quite literally, it's just you. How you live, how you walk in life, how you can really grow anything. I'm hearing about you from barren soil. People could set you out in the desert somewhere, hoping that you would not grow or elevate. And there you are, planting seeds. They're constantly seeing that you're planting seeds. Well, they're not seeing it, but they're assuming it. Because like I said, I think you work in silence. So they're never quite clear. What are you doing? Where are you going? What's your next move? You have your enemies, your foes, your competitors really in a chokehold when it comes to studying you. They can't see all of you. You are As Spirit said in the beginning of your reading, group number 2, you are illusionary. It's not a, how do I want to say, it's not an insult. It's really quite clearly the magic that you deal with. It's not for everyone. It's not for everyone to see and try to understand. You literally show people the results. So, group number 2, this is your reading on the things that haunt people, the scary reason why people are haunted by you. Quite literally, you, group number 2, is being you. So, my honeys, if you resonated with this video, can you please give it a thumbs up? Reading. If you can, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to put in the comments, for you, magician might be, let's put a top hat, because, the alchemist used the wand. So, group number 2, put a top hat or a magic hat or something magical in the comments to let me know this resonated with you. If you want to stay connected because you like the way that I read, please subscribe, click that bell so you'll get notified. Otherwise, my honeys, I will see you in another reading. Take care. Going to group number 3. Hello, group number 3. We're going to get started right in a moment. I'm just clearing up the energies here and organizing the cards. How are you, my honeys? Thank you so much for joining me on this reading. Before we get started, let me shuffle the cards a little bit. Welcome to your reading. If you want to, if this reading resonates with you, please consider giving it a thumbs up. And please consider subscribing to my channel. I welcome you here. Okay, so let's get started. A couple more shuffles. Group number 3, you chose the High Priestess. And let's change that banner so that you will see that. There's so many options here. Group number 3. There you are, High Priestess. So group number 3, you chose the High Priestess. I do not think at all that that is a mistake. I think that this is typically your energy. And the High Priestess has a lot of people that are uncomfortable, probably even haunted by the things that the High Priestess knows. So let's clear the energies for this reading. You're in the right place. And groups 1 and 2 were very, very good, very interesting, by the way, very powerful. So we're clearing the energies for group 3. Welcome. Okay, my honeys, the energies are cleared. Prayers were said in the beginning. So here we go. Group number 3. Spirit is saying it is not unusual for people to feel haunted when it comes to their interactions with you. One is because they understand that you, who you are, your gifts, they are coming from a very strong lineage. People see that you come from a very strong bloodline. And that bloodline could be vampire hunters, oracles, healers. I even heard from Spirit, protectress. I don't even know if that's a word, but someone who has mandates to even protect people. I don't know. That's a little, how do I want to say, general, but Spirit said more to come with that. with on the protection tip, but they're haunted by your role, your title, because many of you have some kind of title, either in other lifetimes or this lifetime and this lifetime. One of like a shaman, a healer, a gifted psychic. You could be any and all of those things. And group number 3, I think the people that are haunted by you the most have never realized this was part of a lineage gift. They never really realized that you were being backed up by your ancestors. I'm asking Spirit, why that? Because they're saying that you, group number 3, you're a person who tends to get a lot of people who try to do spiritual work on you. They don't like your power. They don't like your gifts. Some of you are quite beautiful, quite magnetic and stunning. The way that you sit on this throne is the way that you sit in life, meaning you are the owner of the throne. You're the owner of your throne. You're not on there pretending to be the high priestess. You are the high priestess. You're very serious about your work, your gifts. People can't F around with you. People know for sure not to ask you to do things for free. Like you will offer things for free, but you will offer them. They should not ask you to do things for free, because that is not where your gifts need to be, how your gifts need to be valued. I'm hearing, you are a person that when the time is right, your ancestors, your guides tell you when things don't need reciprocity. But most of the time, I'm hearing from Spirit, you're a person that understands your gifts are highly valuable. You're not a person, maybe in the past you used to be this person that would do stuff for free. You wouldn't even you'd be so generous that you would be over generous. What's starting to haunt people now is that is no longer you. What's haunted people around you, group number 3, is that you've realized your worth. This is for some of you. You've realized your worth. You are pulling back on being, how do I say, codependent, a people pleaser. You've pulled back on a lot of that. That was probably in the past. Yeah, in the past, this came even upside down to martyr. You are no longer even in martyr energy. People cannot take advantage of your generosity, of your spirit, and you will not sacrifice yourself in that case either. So people are haunted by the fact that they had access to you when you were generous. They had access to you when you were teaching them things. And now they realize they fumbled that. They truly fumbled that. At a time where you weren't even asking for anything. They fumbled that. They turned it down. Some of them even criticized you. That's interesting. They even criticized you when you tried to give them, I'm hearing from Spirit, when you tried to give them something free. They're also, this card turned it upside down too. They're haunted by the fact that you no longer are in this childlike, how do I want to say, naivety. Is that the word? Naivete? You're not naive anymore. You have a childlike nature, which for many of the people around you, they're a little afraid of it, because they slip, when they see a child, they think of taking an advantage. That's kind of interesting. Spirit saying when they see you in your child nature, they're thinking, oh, this is a pushover. But really, your child nature is just you being free, allowing your inner child to have joyous, pleasurable experiences. But trust me, you're not far behind. The adult you is not far behind. The adult you manages this child, its inner child self. The adult you is always looking out, protecting this child. And this is something that haunts them because they realize they got caught trying to take advantage of you. And you're like, no, I see everything you're trying to do. You know, the high priestess sees all. The high priestess sees everything. If it's not in the 3D, it's coming to her in her dreams or them in their dreams, no gender implied. You know, like the high priestess sees even before the person makes a decision about the things they're trying to do against her. So it's very interesting. They're very haunted by your power, by your ability to stay in some kind of humble way. You still learn from others. You know, they may encounter you in situations where they're learning too and realize very quickly you are the master. You're no longer the student. You are the master. Many of you can be very humble sometimes, humble in a way where people just think you're nothing, and then later they realize, oh, you know, um, yeah, there's something very charming about you. There's something very captivating about you. You know how to win people over when you need to. Many of you are not that concerned about that. But when you do need to win people over, you've been so observant about who they are and what they like. It's very easy for you um, to meet them at the place where they feel nurtured by you. This is interesting. I don't know why Spirit is giving it to me that way. But you know, some people are haunted by the way that you can really entice people. You may be very popular, you know, with people in general. Your name's always coming up. And people are like, how do they do that? How do they appeal? Because you have an appeal that is not for just one type of person. Spirit is showing me, group number 3, that you attract people across all sexualities. Actualities, you do. There are some people, Spirit is saying, who could have sworn they were just interested in different gender. And when it comes to you, they're like, except for pile number 3, I'll make an exception. You know, you're that person that you have other people going, you know, do I really just want to date men? I might just want to ask High Priestess out for a minute. You know, like you have people kind of loosening the if they did have any kind of, how do I want to say, restrictions on who they were attracted to, you tend to open up their world. Some of you are considered very much a seductress. You know, like people think of, they're haunted by the way you look at them. They're haunted by the way you smell. They're haunted by the way that you move. They're haunted by everything that's you. Feels magical, feels young and youthful and pure. There's a way in which you can give off that energy when you want to. And then they'll see you a week later, and there you are on your throne, serious, decisive. So, you know, they experience you in a way, Spirit is saying, they experience you in the way they need to. And you're very, don't take offense at this word, you're very cunning at it. Like if they need to see you as a leader, as someone in authority, you'll give them that. If they need to experience you in your childlike wonder, you'll give them that. You're very magical in that way. They're haunted by the fact that so many people see you as a good Samaritan, as a good, helpful person. They're haunted by the fact that when they try to talk about you or gossip about you or criticize you, you have a lot of people in your corner who are like, I don't experience group number 3 that way. I find them very kind and generous. I find them very helpful. So people are haunted by the fact that group number 3, you have a very unique appearance to unique and different people. No one really finds you to be that same person. They all have their unique experience of you. Last few cards. Scary reasons why these people are haunted by you. In group number 3, I really do feel like people are just haunted by the fact that they will never be able to get over on you. You are quite connected to your ancestors, to spiritual wisdom. Many of you, if shaman is not really the title you go by, it is most certainly describing your abilities to not only listen to the spirit world, but go into the spirit world, help people to heal, come back out, and still be in this world. Like, there's something about your abilities. Your abilities are undisputed, group number 3. And if you don't feel that now, because Spirit says some of you are developing these abilities, they will be known to the people around you, group number 3, one day. That you're highly skilled, you're highly gifted. I've been getting cards like this across all 3 groups. You don't mind playing the long game. You don't mind planting the seeds for a harvest later in the year. Okay? The seeds you plant are slow, they're long. And people feel that because they feel as if you have the gift of foresight. Many of you do. So you could see deeply into the future and make 3D decisions now that will benefit you. That is truly haunting to some people. They feel you have an unfair advantage with your gifts. And they can, I'm hearing from Spirit, they can think whatever they want to think. It is definitely not an unfair advantage. It is something that you've worked very hard for. Very hard for. Some of you have had to reparent yourself, give yourself that energy that maybe you never, or some of you didn't grow up with a father for various reasons, and you've had to take on, I'm hearing for some people, you've had to take on that role for yourself, especially when it comes to working with your own inner child. For some of you, you have a child and you're in this father energy. It's like you're supporting life around you. And if you don't have any children, this is just your energy. Like, you take care of business. You really do. If you are companioned, wow. People are haunted by the fact that it's easy for you to find love. It's easy for you to find companionship. It's easy for you. When I say easy for you to find love, I mean, it's easy for you because Spirit says not exactly that. It's easy for people to fall in love with you. That's it. Spirit's like, it's easy for people to fall in love with you. It's easy for people to visualize that they want to be a companion of yours. Some of you are part of LGBT QIA community. People see you as highly creative. They also see you as someone, when you are willing, when it is right, and part of the order that you answer to, you are a huge rescuer of people. People have encountered you and you give them the little nugget they need. You may give them an herbal recipe. You may tell them a spell. You may tell them what days are beneficial. You're teaching people, and they feel like it's through your strength that they feel supported. Sometimes you're one of these people that mostly keep to themselves, but when it's time for you to share something, you share it. You say, hey, I don't know if you can use this information, but it may help you. And people have encountered that with you, that you have assisted them with some of your deepest wisdom. Very cool. One more card, Spirit says. Scary reasons why they are haunted by you. Scary reasons why they are haunted by you. Ooh, that's a lot. Let's see if we can just get one. Yeah, we did. Scary reasons they're haunted by you. You speak your mind. You really do. You're not afraid of confrontation. And they're haunted by that fact because there's some people in your life who want to use your gifts, your role as a high priestess, and say that's evil, that's demonic, that's not professional. There's something that a lot of people feel like they want to criticize you, but you're not waiting for it. You're perfectly willing to defend and advocate for yourself. But sometimes there's just like, you're going to speak your mind. You're going to really, people are haunted by the fact that even if they try to criticize you, they know that anything that comes as an observation from you is possibly something that they're not ready to hear. Meaning you observe things about people and you're not afraid to tell them what you're observing. And people are understanding that is scary to them. That is not something that they have, how do I want to say? It's not something that they have really pushed up against when it comes to you, because they feel like you know aspects of them that they don't even know about themselves. Group number 3. So group number 3, that is the scary reason why people are haunted by you. I had to keep looking at my title. Thank you so much for joining me in this reading. If this is your reading, maybe you'll put a little witch's hat in the comments to let me know this was resonating with you. Maybe you'll consider giving it a thumbs up. Maybe you'll consider joining my channel as a subscriber. I'm going to be starting memberships soon so that you'll get special readings. But my honeys, know that all 3 piles, very powerful people. And of course, they're haunted by that pure fact. So thank you all for joining me, and I hope to see you on future readings. Take care.